If you could get every attribute to 99 overall, of course that would be amazing, but 2K's build system doesn't allow you to do that. However, I found the most worth it attribute for every category in NBA 2K26. Basically, the difference between 85 pass accuracy and 99 pass accuracy is almost non-existent. So you should just get 85. I'm doing that for every attribute. How I do this is I do my research and check every single test done so far, check what the best players in the world are using, and even use my own gameplay experience to give you guys the most accurate info possible. Here is the most valuable rating for every attribute in NBA 2K26. ¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here. If you like NBA 2K26 news and content, please join the pack and subscribe. Let's get into this video. We're gonna start off with speed. Regardless if you're 6'8 or 6'2, you need an 85 speed at least. It'll give you slippery off ball on gold, and this is the most common one used. I think everybody I play with uses an 85. Now, in the future, you're gonna want it higher with your cap breakers. If you can get it up to 90, that's dope. But 85 is a great one to start playing the game with. Now, if you're a center or a big, obviously you can't get it at 85, so just get it as high as you possibly can. Agility is gonna be 85 as well, but there's a lot of reasons for why. With 85 agility, the first thing that matters a lot is that 84 agility, you get Alex Caruso motion style, which is the best in the game for defense and offense. Also, if you were to use your cap breakers on perimeter defense, you could get your pick dodger and on-ball menace even higher to Hall of Fame. Now, if you are a big, as high as possible, just get it to whatever you can. For strength, this one does have two answers because there's one for a big and one for a guard. At 71 strength, you get a movable enforcer on bronze, and it's a tier 2 badge, so you can max +2 it to gold. Immovable enforcer is pretty good for whatever someone's trying to blow past you, you can defend them. That's the only benefit for strength for guards. Strength is kind of an overrated attribute this year for guards and for centers, honestly. Strong handle just isn't that good this year. 71, I think, is perfect for a movable enforcer. Now, if you are a center, I do see some people saying get it to 91 to get brick wall on gold. But besides brick wall, which is just one use, I don't think you should try too hard to get strength. 71 is, to me, the best one. For vertical, this is actually very easy. No debate, it's 78. So vertical also is kind of similar to strength this year, where there's not many things it helps with. It doesn't actually help you jump higher, so it doesn't help with the rebounds as much as it did last year either. I don't care if you're a center or a guard, I think 78 is what you're aiming for. If you're a guard, you get posterizer on silver. You get the contact dunks off 1 foot with 78 vertical. If you're a big, you get elite contact dunks standing under the basket. You get rise up on gold. You'll get pogo stick on gold. You get high flying denier on silver. So this is also very good if you're a big as well. And the vertical isn't too low where you'll at least jump high enough to get rebounds if you need to. It is basically confirmed by everybody though that your rebound rating is way more important for rebounds. Wait, we are doing a giveaway. If you want to win 75,000 VC, I am picking one lucky winner this Friday. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment done, and I'll pick one lucky winner every Friday to give 75,000 VC. Let's get back to the video. Now we move to the finishing attributes. So close shot, if you're looking forward to close shot, it's really just because you're a post scoring center. If we're being honest, this year standing dunks are just better. It's ultimately agreed 84 is the best rating for finishing. You get everything on silver. If you're trying to do those like under the basket drop steps, Paint Prodigy is what you need on silver. You can still do a post hook if for whatever reason you want to. You'll hit some contested under the basket layups if you ever shoot it. 84 is the sweet spot. I want to address post control as well while we're at it. The answer for post control is 86. Same thing with post hook specialist, post up poet. You get post up powerhouse on gold. The big one for me is that you get unpluckable on silver, which will matter later on in the year when people get better at getting steals. And post fade phenom on Hall of Fame is also a huge one because post fades are crazy this year. So I do think that post control 86 is not a bad one for a big. If you're a guard, post control almost doesn't matter. Driving layup is super simple. You want it at 80. The biggest reason is the LaMelo Ball floater package is crazy this year, so now you get that. With an 80, you get float game on silver, so you can make them consistently. You get physical finish, so if for whatever reason they're contested, you can still hit a layup, and layup makes master on bronze. 80 is like the by far and away best driving layup in the game. That being said, you want driving dunk more. And for driving dunk, that one's also super easy. You're gonna do an 89 driving dunk. This one is like by far and away the best. You get all the dunk takeovers with an 80. You will get posterizer on silver. I know some people want a better posterizer, and if you're like me last year, you want the Russell Westbrook dunk package, which requires you to have a 93 driving dunk. The issue is that the Russell Westbrook dunk package was kind of nerfed, and the LeBron James and Michael Jordan ones are crazy, and you get both of those with 89 driving dunk. They're some of the fastest and farthest jumping dunk animations in the game. 89 is kind of perfect. And finally, standing dunk. This one's been the same one for the last couple years. Standing dunk is a 90. You get rise up on gold. You get the standing dunk animations. If you're a big man, you need to get standing dunk at 90. You don't have a choice. If you're a guard though, I do recommend just getting a 45. With a 45, you do get some of these standing dunk animations. It's not contact ones, but it's still standing ones, which are fast. 45 is great if you're a guard. Now we move to shooting. Up first is mid-range shot, and you're gonna go for a 93, and that's everybody. So what 93 gives you first is set shot specialist on Hall of Fame, which makes it super easy to make everything. Now you're gonna want it on legend, so you would just max +1 it to legend. You get Deadeye on gold. You get shifty shooter on gold, which is a crazy badge this year. If you look at all the best players in the world and what builds they're using, they all have 93 at a mid-range shot. Now remember, you don't need to start at a 93. You can get your cap breakers to a 93, but you're aiming for the 93 rating in the future. Now, if you're way more focused on the 3-point rating, which I think you should be, I recommend 91. I was gonna say 90, but 91 is better in my opinion. The only reason I say 91, you need shifty shooter on gold, but if you know you'll get it through MIDI, then I recommend 90, okay? But regardless, 91 is a safe one. There's tons of reasons. One, you get set shot specialist on gold, which you can max +2 to legend. You get limitless range on silver. This badge is messed up, and I would consider max +1ing or 2ing it. And then the most important thing is that you need a 93-point rating to get deep bomber takeover, which is broken. You're shooting from half court. Now stack that with legend set shot specialist and gold limitless range, shifty shooter. You're moving around as a 6'8", hitting every single shot. And now imagine if you're a 7'4" center with gold limitless when you max +1 it and takeover on deep bomber, and you're talking about some of the most broken builds in the game. A 91 3-point shot is the best value by far. Now free throw, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is the only rating I'm not confident on. Always had a low free throw. I've never really had a problem hitting free throws with a low free throw rating. There's no badges attached to it. Some people were saying 85. My personal answer is whatever you can get it to. Now for the playmaking attributes. Pass accuracy is pretty easy to me. You want it at an 85. Now, I'm giving you guys the best attribute you can get, and it's 85. I know that you guys love 71 to get diamond on silver, but if you're talking about getting quick passes, which you need the Jimmy Butler pass style to do that, and on top of that, bailout, which is a cheat code, you cannot bail out without pass accuracy on 85. I just don't see how you guys can justify anything besides 85, especially when you're playing against better competition. You really need bailout. Ball handle is also obvious. I think every single one of you guys already know which one this one's gonna be. It's 85. You're talking about what are the best animations in the game. If you're a guard, 85 is what you need for everything. For speed with ball, it's actually gonna be an 80, and this one's kind of weird. Most other years would be 86 or even higher. Here's the thing, lightning launch, you get it on silver, and lightning launch is a tier 2 badge for most builds, and you can max +2 it to Hall of Fame. Now legend is the best lightning launch, but with it on Hall of Fame at 6'8", it's just really good regardless. And more importantly at 80 is that you get the blur takeover with an 80 speed with ball, and if you've paid attention, the blur takeover is stupid. So 80 speed with ball right now is the meta for the game. And now we have the defense. Interior D is really weird this year. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but like you're getting stops, and block kind of matters more. I mean, I have my interior D at a 60 and I'm getting consistent stops. Interior D is gonna be a 70. I know that's really low. What 70 gives you is paint patroller on silver, which is already a great badge, and that you can max +2 it if you really had to. 70 is just good enough. I'm gonna follow up with block because block's more important. With an 84 block, which is the best value for block, you get high flying denier on silver. You get paint controller on silver. You're gonna get tons of stop if anybody tries to dunk on you. You even get chase down blocks. The takeover for interior D is just not that good anyways. I think block at 84 is perfect. Now for perimeter defense, this one is super easy. Everybody agrees on the same one. You have to get it on 92. Listen to me, bro. These guys don't miss this year. Contests are broken. So everybody's been trying to get perimeter D at 92 to get their challenger on gold to get it to legend. And that's what I've been doing. And it's a significant difference. You kind of need to do this. You also get a movable enforcer on Hall of Fame if you want. Pick Dodger on gold, on ball menace on gold, which all of these you could get to legend or Hall of Fame, depending on what you max +1. Defense is really hard this year. And if you even want a chance, you have to get this at 92. The good news is steal, you only need it at 73. It's clear that interceptor on gold is very good. So you get your steal at 73 and just max +1 interceptor to gold. The biggest reason is that most of these builds are 6'8", and on top of that, they're fast. So as long as you time it right, you're gonna get steals, especially in the wreck. Now, if you're a shorter build, you're gonna struggle a little bit more, but if you're in the lane, you're gonna get the steal. 73 is perfect. And finally, rebounding. This one is also hella simple. We're gonna combine defensive rebound and offensive rebound. You have to make one of them 94 and the other 80. So either offensive rebound 94 and defensive rebound 80 or vice versa. Because if you do this, you get box out beast on Hall of Fame and you get rebound chaser on gold. Plus, to get rebound and takeover, you need both an 80 defensive and offensive rebound. And especially if you're 7'4", if you time the rebound right, you're gonna get it no matter what. That's all you have to do. And if you really want, you can max +2 your rebound chaser to legend. This is by far and away the best valued rebounding in the game. That's it. That's a lot, I know, but that's what we have so far. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time.